Okay. Looks like we are live on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Those of you on YouTube, please feel free to throw me a hi or a wave. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. All right. How's everybody doing? Let me make sure I got everybody here. Okay. All right, my friends. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to let everybody slide in here. I'm going to give you just a second and we'll go from there. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's get started. All right, everybody, welcome to the Truth Tribe. I'm Daune Thompson, and thank you all for being here. You are all perfect exactly where you are in this right now moment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. We look for it, but there's nothing wrong with you. I love you all. And remember, the Truth Tribe is to illuminate self-awareness of your health, of your wealth, and of your love. Now, you do not need an astrology chart for Truth Tribe because we always talk on hot topics, but it is sure helps for self-awareness during the planetary updates. To learn the basics, how to read your chart if you don't know, you can get Self-Awareness Astrology 101 at my website, ideserveitnow.com. Just scroll down to the first homepage and you'll see it right there. Okay? So let's get started on how to predict your future. Y'all didn't realize you had it in you that you're all psychic. So the cool part is how to predict your future. This is so much easier than you would believe. Your future is predicted by your free will right now, okay? Your future is who you are right now, unless you make a different choice today. Not tomorrow, not only if it will change others' lives, what you want your future to look like is what you want it to look like right now. Not one day when I get this and when I do that and if I become that, right? And it's really up to if you can see opportunities that you've avoided. Okay. So what I want you to do, if you have a pen and paper with you, I want you, or even just in your head, I want you to rate your self-awareness of your soul, like your whole soul. Like, rate your self-awareness. How well do you know yourself? Okay. So think about it this way. If your soul had free will to do the free will to do things as it chose, and free will souls choose to grow, evolve, master energy, right? Well, then your mind and your body have free will choice to master your soul's path. So, yes, your reality every single day reflects your relationships, and your relationships reflect your free will choice to knowing and mastering your soul's GPS. And you're trying to move external parts of your life outside that you have no free will investment in, instead of the freedom to master your own program or master keys to your map. Your soul has the keys, but you must look at your programs inside. And that's where people get tripped up. Okay. The one thing that you are here on this planet is for raising your consciousness. Period. End of story. Your consciousness, not their consciousness. Not, I'm going to teach you how to be more awake. You being awake. It's like the mouse on your computer, right? Here's a mouse. So it's like the mouse on your computer. Do you click on the right things to make the computer run, or do you use it on deleting changes that will toxify it? You click on here and you click on, shouldn't be going there, right? But you do things that you know could potentially toxify it. So are you doing it to make it run well, or are you doing things to toxify yourself? That's you, and you have the mouse to decide where the cursor goes. God consciousness, Christ consciousness is the game. That's whole life mastery. That's you as the lighthouse and all 12 rooms surrounding you. That's whole life mastery when you know every room in your house. Not religion, not avoiding self, not Jesus or any deity. I'm not talking about that. Whole life mastery. When you have whole life mastery and it changes everything about you, my friends, it changes your physics, it changes your physiology, your lightness. You're just lighter because you know you. So your lighthouse shines in every category, but it's been blocked to your brain. Okay. And your heart is now activating it. Our hearts are coming online, all of you. And you're feeling it, you know it, but you're like, it's been so weird and diluted and confusing, and I don't know what to focus on. I'm supposed to make more money. I'm supposed to be more healthy. I'm supposed to be, more loving. I'm supposed to be in love. I'm supposed to not be in love. I don't want it. I want it. I want it. It's just constant. Right. And so we have to start understanding is your heart is now activating your brain to go, do I want it? So then you have to start asking yourself, what is astrology going to do for you? What is it really going to do for you? Right? Old astrology, old healing, old love, old security, old beliefs on health, wealth, and love. What are they going to do for you? Not much. Astrology is amazing, but I don't teach basic math grid astrology trying to understand the patterns of the future. I want you to understand the patterns that affect you right now. So it's in your energetic DNA because you are an energetic battery. You're electric. You're full of energy and frequencies. And it's in your own personal choice to activate your 12 strands of DNA, your 12 houses or 12 categories or rooms in your house. And 12 strands of DNA by simply the act of seeing each one of those strands is a category of your life. What if, while you're just sitting here right now with me, you realize that your soul's tattoo is from the stars, which are an energetic power of God's unconditional love to choose the life that you deserve? It's that simple. Right? Like we're like, wow, I actually have divine consciousness in me. I'm just not activating it. So your God, your angels, your spirit guides, it's like telling them, is this what I command my life into? This is what I want at a 10x expanded view. But then you look and there's a couple parts where you're like, that one or two slivers, I'm not commanding a 10x viewpoint. I'm lost in the minutia and the details. Is this sickness and suffering life what I deserve? You're not asking those questions. You're just accepting them. Hell no, you don't deserve those. But I have been given free will. Right now, all of you have been given free will to change it. You've had it your whole life. I'm just trying to alert you to it's a choice. But how can that be, Dawn? How can I just change it? We're in 12 categories of your life. I want you to think about it. Where in 12 categories of your life are you lacking mastery? Right? I'm going to go through each category and I want you to, on paper or just as you're hearing one going, yep, that's it. But I want you to write down the one category where you say, yeah, I'm not quite sure how to own that by myself, Dawn. Right? How to heal it, how to live it, and be masterful of it without another's guidance, someone else telling me how to live. Right? And so I'm going to give you 1 through 12. Just listen to them. I'll pull them up in a second here on the screen so you can also see them. Okay. Write down just 1 through 12 on a piece of paper. Okay. 1, self-confidence. 2, money, worth, your value. 3, communication. 4, security, home, family. 5, fun, romance, children. 6, your physical health. 7, your partnerships, business and personal. 8, sex, intimacy, connection, change, psychology. 9, beliefs, learning, travel. 10, career, your authority. 11, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. 12, your mental health, your spirituality, your intuition, past lives, your self-imprisonment. Now I can cut these 12 simple words, these 12 houses down to 12 simple words. They all have multiple meanings, but I'm going to give them to you simply. Yourself, your value, your communication, your home, your fun, your family, or I'm sorry, your health, your partners, your change, your philosophies, your career, your dreams, and your mind. 12 categories that encompass you as a human. Now, can you really say that you have tapped into one of these aspects and say, yeah, these are one or two categories that scare the living shit out of me? Right? Think of it. Sex and intimacy. That one scares people a ton, which is ridiculous because that is the core of our innermost freedom. But we're afraid to talk about it. We're afraid to be bad, right? It taps into our very consciousness to the security and to your financial. Yet those are things we avoid talking about, right? Philosophy and indoctrination, number 9. Another category of your life that is so overlooked is your philosophy or indoctrination. How are you indoctrinated? It's so ingrained in you that you refuse to see your 10x expansion outside of the box that you were taught, right? Or another option or another version of yourself that is free. This whole sick and suffering cycle, my friends, is complete bullshit. Most don't even realize that they're repeating it in one of these categories. Mental health. Are you causing your own imprisonment that is easily remedied by simply choosing to tap into God source consciousness? Right? Commanding the life experiences that you want to support, you want support with because you are connected to the stars, to divine consciousness. You always are connected. But realizing that you came to learn in that one category, whichever of the 12, and there could be a couple. And by simply making and taking my self-awareness astrology course or any understanding of your personality, your soul, that you can see how you can show up in every category of your life. And it's your best self or part of yourself that you hide from. Which is it? Because relationships, reality reflects who you engage with. So your relationships are the reality that you live in with who you engage with, what you discuss, where you spend your time, who fills you up, who drains the shit out of you. But we still accept it. And again, it doesn't mean cutting people off. It just means limiting your access. So in health, wealth, and in love, which one are you a little sagging or a little soggy? Right? Are you dragging your suffering along by allowing soggy thinking about your health? Right? As in like the thought pattern of it's not curable mindset because the MD told you so. Total bullshit, by the way. Total. Everything on this earth, my friends, everything on this earth has a plant remedy. You just need to find it. You might have to seek and learn a little bit, but you have to find it. Where are you soggy in your health due to bringing poor programs into your worthiness sonar? Right? Because that's what you send out, and that's what kind of health and wealth. What kind of wealth were you taught? That's the kind of wealth that you will attract. Old thinking says it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard to heal yourself. And it's going to take a long time to recover. Also, total bullshit. Stop speaking the word healing altogether. That's what I want you all to do tonight. With understanding whole self, holistic health and soul wholeness, you have to stop saying, I have to heal, right? Because when you say I have to heal, it means there's something wrong with you, that you're sick. Speak, I am becoming whole and complete with high energy. Even if you don't feel well, it's okay. I'm detoxing and becoming whole and complete. I'm raising my energy, right? Where are you still soggy in your love life? married or single? Are you speaking, oh, it's so hard, or it's them, or I'm unlovable, to also total bullshit? It is such a scam. Your free will is only as good as your relationship with it to choose a higher version of you. And that's the energy you will attract back into your marriage, back into your health, back into your wealth. This is what God consciousness is, my friends. Your superpower is to expand out of unconscious control of anything on health and wealth and love and communication, any kind of blocks, right? And yet you're all in an acceptance. A lot of people are still in acceptance of any soggy suffering thinking is the in lack mode or avoidance of your free will. And we don't want to make it that easy. Like, okay, so my future depends on my free will now. Yes, free will is a choice. And to choose anything and everything that's above what you don't want. But you feel trapped. Why do you feel trapped? It's in your mind's beliefs. It has nothing to do with your heart and your soul knows you are capable of. Here's a bigger tip. Simply look, if you have your chart, again, you can even get a free chart on free tools on my website. It doesn't give you all explanation of how to understand yourself too detailed, but there's a mini version. But if you have your chart, simply look at houses 8, 9, and 12 on your chart. What energy do you show up as in those houses? In the change house, in the beliefs house, and the mental confusion houses? Because if you're foggy or soggy or unclear, it's because the last 10 plus years have been giving you this feeling in one of those houses, wherever Pisces is, of the feeling of being in like a jail-like situation. And you're now ready to choose your own free pass. It's all you. What will you choose? Right? That's what we have to start looking at. I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what we're looking at here. So you haven't seen this in a while, I know, but I'm going to okay. So when you look at these wheels, you see the one I gave you like a lot of descriptions on the right. So each house in your astrology wheel, this is me at the top. These are the 12 slices. I'm in the middle, I'm the light, and I get to shine into all 12 houses. And those are all the categories. But if you simplified it down, like I said, here's yourself in the number one. Here's money and worth in number two. Here's communication, family, faith, knowledge, learning, career. This is you. Okay. And so when you look at those houses, of 8, 9, and 12, those are a lot of your beliefs. And so if we don't change from a lot of this confusion, it's going to get us tripped up. And that's what's starting to happen, right? Lately, because of a lot of this Pisces stuff, if you look for blue, if you have your chart and you look for Pisces on it, we got a lot of Pisces. I'm going to bring it up in the planetary update. I've literally lately, because Pisces rules dreams and there's a lot going on, as I talked about last week, up in this house, in this sign, I've literally been getting like prophetic dreams. I get them often, but not as much as lately. And I've been asking for some, herbal remedies. What is the herb? What is the plant that will help me with my intestinal flare-ups? I'm so much better than I was a couple years ago because I literally took my free will and said whatever it takes. And I'm like amazing health now. But I get these flare-ups. So I've been putting it out, commanding to my angels, guides, God, show me what to do. So I've been getting these prophetic dreams with herbal remedies. Last night I had one and it said, go get star of anise. And I was like, oh, star of anise. I was like, what is that? So I looked it up and I was like, it's for intestinal healing. And I was like, whoa. So this is my point. They're helping us. It's up to you to pay attention. When you ask for free will help, they're going to give it to you. Now I have a lot of background and understanding of natural healing remedies, so I was like right away on it. But you've got to pay attention. My husband, recently. It could come in random ways. He saw his naturopath and she was like, "Wow, Your health is crazy healthy. Like you're over the top healthy. You just have one thing that you need to focus on. It's some skin irritations he had. And so she was like, "You're awesome. Just one thing. We got this." So he was like, "All right, cool. I can focus on one thing." So it's literally like one category that's requesting attention that can impact so many others, but you avoid the command of free will choice to say, "I choose to make this better. I choose to make this whole and healthy." Right? I command spirit to align me with a whole healthy reality in my health, in my wealth, and in my love. So these, I'll put these wheels again up on, if you're already in the new platform in the I Deserve It platform, in the IDI Club for Truth Tribe, there's two of them now. So there's a Facebook as well as my I Deserve It platform. I'm gonna use both for a while. So if you're in one or the other, it'll be there. So I'll drop this pick in there for all of you to see. So if you want to acknowledge that when you're looking at your own chart, you can go back and read it. Okay. So will the universe, will your guides, will spirit pepper you with self-confidence and self-awareness checks to see if you're going to crumble back to the old? Yes, absolutely. And so then you're like, "I didn't do it. I didn't go there." You've got to look for the small wins, my friends. So how do you predict your future? That's why I'm trying to share with you all tonight. It's literally inside of you going, find the spot I don't like and start baby steps. How do you predict your future? Your future is right now. And the choice you make right now, tonight, to see yourself is how your future will look. Just the choice is how your future will look. You have free will to choose to upgrade your life if you choose and move above the blocks, but you've got to get above it. And you've got to be willing to see yourself with self-awareness at the highest level, like I'm aware of my bullshit. And we don't like to, right? But then we lose Dawn or we leave Dawn, and we're like, no, I don't need to look at that. She's so good. She knows what she's talking about. But yeah, one topic in your life that you focus on, one category, you're like, I'm going to upgrade that. That's the difference. So I know we all want this, like, tell me the future. Astrology can predict patterns, which we do in the planetary updates. Be ready, be prepared, because you might feel this energy. It's not about the future. It's like right now. What can you take back your power and make a free will choice? Okay. That's what's happening at all times. And that's how you change your future, by changing it right now and saying, I've got to change something. I'm going to ask everyone and everything in every way, a possible way. Or you go on one of the platforms and you DM me and you say, Dawn, this is one of my health, wealth, and love issues. And I can probably give you the fast solution. But that's the choice we have to make and going, I'm ready. Because I'm here and I offer it to you every Monday night. And I rarely get people, I do get people going, I'm doing it. Or how would I do this better? Ask, choose, find what you need. And I'm telling you, it will be delivered to you fast. So let's move to the planetary update, because this is what's tripping people right now and getting people's attention. Okay. So if you don't know where, by the way, back to the charts, if you don't know where Pisces sits in your chart, again, you can go get my mini tutorial on how to read your chart and a mini description in the Self-Awareness Astrology 101. It is the first thing I suggest to everyone, so you know who you are. You know how you show up in each category of your life. It's on my website, ideserveitnow.com. You can also go to idiclub.com. That works. It's there as well. Or you can get the I Deserve It membership, and it'll give you an all access pass to everything I teach, which is in steps to help you grow your self-awareness deeper. Okay. But let's move on to the pile up still in the sky. This major, it's called a stellium. There's a whole bunch of planets up here in Pisces, as well as the couple lingering in Aries. Okay. So dreams and courage, just my dreams are lit up. I am very active dreamer, so it's activating my dreams big time. Okay, so last Friday's new moon in Aries is still shaking everybody up in a good way, right? Because new moons are new beginnings, and so your souls can feel that pull into the new life. I can feel it. I know that new life is there. I know what I want is there, and it's pulling you towards it. And you can feel it in each of these little steps. And then we get tripped up. We're like, ah, and we're like, no, 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 no. I can feel it. I've been building it. And Aries is pulling us from Pisces of dreaming and delusion into action and assertion. So revitalization of your love, your health, and your wealth, your value, your worth. Okay. Now, if that moon wasn't enough to enforce you to move your life to the life you deserve, remember that Mercury and Venus are still retrograde and they've backed into Pisces, assisting you into the, okay, we're going to move. But by the way, what is that clarity? What is your free will? What are you going to choose? And make it simple, get clear, pick a thing and follow that track. Are you ready to release yourself? It's saying they're both asking, are you ready to release yourself from self-sacrificing, imagine jail? Right? Because Pisces is very good at self-sacrificing and putting itself in restrictions. So in essence, you're in this new phase of reality asking you, are you ready to make a decision to stay sick and suffering, or are you going to command your new choice? Okay? Because my friends, you're done with your own bullshit. And then if it wasn't for that, Venus is going to leave, it left Aries for one last visit, okay, of self-sacrificing and went back into Pisces for a little, because remember they're retrograde. So retrogrades planets go backwards. Not technically, but I'm just going to let you understand that they're moving in a retrograde state. So, Venus made one last, it went into Aries for a bit when we talked last week. Now it's back into Pisces, and Mercury crossed back into Pisces, right? From courageous Aries in your minds. And all of a sudden our minds is like, oh my God, my insecurities. Okay, am I going to hold on to them? Am I going to stay self-imprisoned rules? Or are you going to do what you want and stay stuck? Or are you going to do what you want and go? Because after they make one last visit into Pisces, they move forward again into Aries. So just here's the good news. Mercury retrograde ends on Thursday. So you are feeling a slowdown of the trip ups, right? Thursday on the 6th. Okay. So Mercury ends that retrograde in Pisces. So it's slowly saying, come on, guys, finish, make clarity. So it's going to begin forward motion again into courageous Aries. And your thinking is going to be more driven and more clear and more ready to take action. Okay. Aries, remember, is courage, assertion, new, independent, fire starting. So focusing on that clarity of where you're going is vital. Okay. So your foggy heads and your feelings are going to get more clarity in the coming weeks. Okay. Then when you've cleaned up your upgrading choices, Venus on the 12th, which is the following week, is going to begin to move out of retrograde as well. And it's going to start making its way back into Aries, reminding you to take courage and take action into what you love and what you're worth. Because remember, we were in a self-worth, a worthiness check for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay. So if that wasn't enough, okay, the biggest shift that you are all feeling as well right now is Neptune. And Neptune moved into Aries as well. I think it was on Saturday. Okay. And it's going to stay in Aries until about October. I think like in the end of October. And it's going to back up a little bit. It's going to retrograde for a little bit into Pisces for 4 months. So it's going into forward into Aries saying, okay, we got courage, you got clarity. Neptune rules Pisces. And it's like, come on, pick one thing and let's go do it. And then it's going to back up for 4 months in October through January, just to check to see if you are very crystal clear on your free will. It's going to make sure you're holding that choice. And once it in January, once it stops and it backs, out of, it's going to go back into Aries until 2028 for years. Okay. So through 2028. So if you felt confined, confused, stuck, look for that Pisces house on your chart. Okay, where does Pisces rule your chart? It's been there for the last 14 years, my friends, and it's now assisting you in forward motion of your creativity and clarity that you learned during that time. And it's going to start having you take forward action and direction from what you learned. So look for Pisces where it's giving you vision of expansion and creativity of where you're going, who you want to become and what you're letting go of. Because it's mostly for most people, it's letting go of being the victim, that sickness and suffering mentality. Letting go of the delusion, the addiction, the self-sacrifice, the imprisonment, the lack self-personality. And it's pushing you to finish this Pisces lesson. Releasing the need to finish your victim stories. Pisces rules emotions as well. So you're going to step into April with courage. And that's what I'm trying to give you all something to look forward to. Like, is it going to be this way forever? No. In the next several weeks, you're all going to go, okay, I got this. I just don't want you to neglect focusing on what you actually want and 10xing that vision. I work with clients all day long and they'll tell me, yeah, I want this. I'm like, that's not a 10x answer. That's not like the highest level possible that you would want. You could want 10 times more than that. I'm like, I really could. But we're not dreaming big enough. Are you an author and you want to be a best-selling author, or you just want to write a book? How about if you've never written a book in your life? Write the first book, write a journal, write something. Start. Okay, so everybody right in here. Let's get into your thymus right here. Again, you can rub it with your knuckle. If it's sore, it means your nervous system needs a wake-up call. So tap it in and repeat after me. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. Tap into thoughts. I know courage. I know love. I know truth. Tap all day long if that's what it takes to start resetting that nervous system. Okay, so I'm going to open up Q&A for who is feeling like you have no control of your life lately, and you are definitely in need of a free will choice. And what would that choice be? Let's see. Someone says, what if we think we know and we aren't close? Not me, but in general, because we have been blocked by our brains, as you just mentioned. Okay, so here's the cool part about all this. Okay, you don't have to know. You just have to dream it. This is what Pisces is, not just sleeping dreams like me, like, I'm astro traveling all over the place. I'm talking about the dream that you would want to live. And a lot of times, because we think we've mastered our life and we don't go, but why not dream bigger? Why not do it again? If I've already done it once, do it again. What else would I like to dream into a bigger stage of my life? So if we think we know, but we aren't close, we actually are probably closer than we think, because you're all forgetting about the magic and the speed and the synchronicity of something happening like that. Like overnight, your life changes. Your health, you get a solution and you're like, oh my gosh, it worked, and it's gone or it's done. Overnight, someone comes to you and says, I have a way for you to change your company, rewire it, reset it. And overnight, things just, the ball is literally like an avalanche coming down the hill. You have to imagine it from that perspective, that you are closer than you think. It's just because our brains are thinking it's going to be hard work. It's going to take a lot to change how I love, how I make money. That's how the brains work, which is super stupid, right? That we all were in that for so long. I totally agree. But the reason is we're not dreaming big enough, and Pisces has given us that opportunity for the last 10 plus years. And now Neptune's like, okay, I gave you all the chance. Y'all been dreaming it, especially in the house that Pisces sits. If it's in two houses, someone said, then you're going to open up to those two houses. Okay. Mine's in career and public. And I rebranded my company. I rebranded my services. I've rebranded it to be easy. I made it crystal clear. It's very easy to follow. I've made it so I can be anywhere in the world and not miss any of your beautiful souls. That is how I've created it, because I want to help the world, but I also wasn't helping me. So I had to get crystal clear on what I love, but still make it solutions that solve it for me. That's the same for all of you. And it could be somewhere, it could be in your health, and you've been wishy-washy about your health. Get clear. Because Pisces says, if you'll do that, I'll help you. Someone else says, yes, I have Pisces in my 12th house, and I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis. Yes, I'm going to tell you, actually, you absolutely are in a midlife crisis, no matter what your age is. Why? Because of all the confusion for the last several years that these planets hold in that house, that is the natural Pisces house. And so for the last several years, you've probably have felt pulled on your sense of beliefs and if anything that you do can get solid. Because Pisces and Neptune are watery. It's a water sign. So it's very fluid and it just keeps moving. So it doesn't feel steady. So that's the best feeling that you're going to be feeling, that Neptune just moved into Aries, causing you to rethink your entire 12 categories of your life in the last 10 years. And it said, okay, cool. This is the last house on the wheel. We're cleared on that, right? We know what we want in all those areas. So Neptune moving forward into Aries is going to give you the courage and solid ground that you've been fighting to find. This is the house of confinement and self-undoing. So there was probably a lot of self-undoing there. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's also about opening your mind. So it's also the house of creativity. So bring that knowledge forward and welcome to your new life. This is wonderful news. All right, the next question. This is kind of on the last question that someone brought up. How can you change a weak category if you don't know where to start? All right. Guys, start with the first thing that you wish that category would feel like in your life. Like if that area of my life felt better, let's just say it's your health, okay? Because that's a big thing for people right now. All this stuff is coming up going, oh my God, we've been lied to. And I'm like, I get it, but who cares if you were lied to? Maybe it's so you could take back your power right now and go, I'm going to get crystal clarity and do whatever it takes. So let's just say it's your health category and you can start with simply cleaning up your body and your diet. Just start there, right? And committing a free will decision to live clean, right? I call it the flush and the fill. We talked about this several months ago. Flushing out toxins, especially heavy metals and parasites, and filling in the essential minerals and cutting out sugar and processed foods. Start with just flushing first, then start filling, and then going, okay, I'm going to cut out sugar and processed foods. If they don't come from the earth or an animal, I'm not eating them. It's that simple, right? That alone would be the simplest start, flushing out and filling in. But we don't even look at it. We don't even ask. We don't go, Dawn, what are the things that can help me flush? It's very simple. I do it all the time. And what simple essential minerals does this body, if it's a battery, it needs metals that are healthy metals, minerals, to help it function at its highest capacity. Not heavy metals that are breaking the capacity and they're blocking your metal. So if you have, it's almost like pliers. If you have heavy metals in your system, the pliers go in and it's almost like they cut the line and the wiring is short circuiting. And we're like, why don't I feel good? Because your electronics are clipped. And by removing those heavy metals, that's what starts. So that alone is a simple start. Flush and fill, commit to clean food. Then move to 15 minutes a day movement, non-negotiable. It would blow your mind for 15 minutes of just intense workout, movement, riding a bike. Go for a walk for 15 minutes a day if you did those two things, flushing and filling and cleaning out sugar and processed foods. So again, if you just made that your list and you started, you don't know where to start. Where's the weak category? Like someone said earlier, you said, what if we don't know where we aren't close? Do you know what, and you said it's someone else, but in general, do you know what category there that someone else would be blocked? If you do, let me know what house and I can elaborate there. So does this make sense, my friends? I know everybody always when they get on Truth, they're like, she's gonna give me some like beautiful philosophy and I'm gonna follow it. No, that's not how Dawn works. I don't like life to be so difficult for people because I find that ridiculous. So your future looks like what you look like right now. And if you don't have whole, complete mastery, doesn't mean you are a master, but it means you're mastering some of these weak spots. And if you don't, it's going to look like that again in a year. And it's going to look like that and again in a year from now after that. And that's what your life's going to keep looking like. So if you're having a hard time with, what the external world looks like, shut it out and figure out who you are. That's how you'll know what your future looks like. Because who you are right now, if you don't make a change today on one of those topics, that's what changes it. Okay, someone said, so if you don't know what theirs is, where you're stuck in the eighth house, and we don't know what to do in the eighth house. What is the eighth house? Sex And it's not always having sex, so it moves on to intimacy, emotions. So if you don't know how to deal with your emotions, you might have to start with baby steps of understanding when you have an emotional breakdown, why, and then come back and go, wait, why am I having that? I don't want that. I want that instead. And it's going to be baby steps back and forth. It's about change, which is forcing you to get clear on how do you want to make a change. It's about psychology and our beliefs about our thoughts and like our dark thoughts and how we're not enough and how we can change from death and rebirth. So do you see when you open up that bigger wheel, which again, I will put into the Truth Tribe, both Truth Tribe walls. So whichever platform, or if you're in both, um, you'll be able to access it and you'll be able to go, okay, which house is my weakest? Even if you don't have an astrology chart, pick the house and you're like, that category I'm not great at. Baby steps. Start with one thing and go, okay, I don't like that. And I'm going to find a way to start doing better at it. I used to be terrible with my emotions. And I'm a girl, but I would hold back. I would fight it. And now my husband knows. I'm like, I'm going to do a terrible job of telling you. And you know, I'm not good at it, but I've been practicing. So this is how I feel. And sometimes he laughs at me. And somebody goes, oh my God, why are you holding that in? I don't know, because I'm being weird, like, and he's like, you should be upset about that. And then he's like, I'm so sorry. So we have really great communication on these topics now because even I'm sharing at something I wasn't good at. It didn't mean I didn't want to, I just wasn't great at it. And I know that about myself. Why? Because I know my chart and I know where I hold back. So this is where you all open that door and go, I'm going to do things that make me uncomfortable. That's what free will is saying, I know what I want and I'm not good at it, but I have free will to go start taking steps to get it. Whatever it is, whatever it comes to your health, your wealth, or your love, or any of those topics I listed tonight. So any other questions on those topics or on those categories? Remember, if you want to look at them, let me know, or even on the Truth Tribe wall, I will bring them up. And tonight's topic is pretty simple, my friends. You have free will to change you right now. And the second you make a choice, even as she said, even if you don't know you're close or you're not close, you don't think you're close, that's where the magic and the miracle of divine consciousness is. The second you choose it, the portal opens and the universe literally starts dropping. It dropped it into my dreams last night. Here's an herb to help you feel better. I was like, that is great. I didn't even know what it was. So I went and Googled it and then I started laughing. I'm like, thank you, angels. That's how quick it works. Now you've got to practice. It may not be in your dreams. It may be a person giving you a supplement or a financial advice or love advice or whatever it is, or communication advice. It may be hiring someone. It may be, taking a step and investigating and just Googling topics that you're like, I didn't even know about this. It's so many versions of that. Okay. Does that make sense? You guys, that was so clear. I know, because it's an easy one, but it's so like crucial that you start validating your will, your choice to pick what you want. Okay. All right, my friends, again, remember to join the Truth Tribe. If you are in an old registration, please go re-register. It won't be anything new. You'll get the same things you've always gotten, but you'll be in the new portal, at least for the Truth Tribe. Also remember to share, like, and invite your friends to the next Truth Tribe, as well as share these Truth Tribes, because it helps you talk to other people about these topics and going, you're right. We have free will, friend, right? We have free will to go choose what we want. We need to support each other. Let's be accountability partners. All right. So if you're feeling ready to shift to that higher version of you and you are thinking, I need more of this, I just don't know, guess what? You can. Right. So if you missed any of my past courses, the DMT method, self-awareness astrology, elevate, any of those events, no worries. Now you can go grab them in the single course and go at your own pace. They're all designed to help you upgrade all of your life categories and break through those old patterns. Okay. But if you want to go all in on your self-awareness, then the I Deserve It membership is for you. So instead of purchasing a course one by one, you can get access to everything. All my work, all my tools, all my books, and the freedom to grow at your own pace. So there are two options: a single course, start where you want, or go VIP into the full IDI membership and unlock it all. Either way, head over to ideserveitnow.com and just click on the membership. It says the I Deserve It membership and commit to that. Make a free will choice to go, I'm just going to start learning about me. I don't have to change anything other than understanding how I show up and do I want to do that? All my VIPs, and a lot of you are on this call, you know who you are. You were sent a private entrance email from me this today. Actually, I was gonna say this week. Today you got it from me. Check your inboxes because it's there. It's a my little gift to all of you. If you're listening to this after the live session in YouTube or Spotify, remember the links are always in the notes below. As always, please find me if you have questions on anything we talked about. I always have simple, fast solutions. I will see you all soon. I'll see you on Monday. You guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I love you all. Have a great night. Brightest blessings. Take care.